with you, electrified. Electrified with you.
Hello and welcome to the Light Up Your World event. Today we will be discussing hardware and software with the Raspberry Pi Pico and RP2040 boards. Let's get into it. First up, we are talking about the Macro King. The Macro King has basically the same functionality as the Elgato Stream Deck, but the driving force behind Macro King is Macro OS. Today we will be introducing Macro OS 2. OS 2 introduces a single code base for all operating systems, so you can use this on macOS, Linux, Windows, and even Chrome OS without having to change the files. On startup, you can select which mode you want to use. Button 1 is for macOS, button 2 is for Windows, button 3 is for Chrome OS, button 4 is for Linux, and button 5 is for macro mode. So what is macro mode? It is a whole mode just for macros, which will work on any OS. The pages will go from F13 to F19 and from A to O. This feature is really powerful and I have been using it for the past few months for the Tech Wrap-Up. So let's do a demo. So first let's just plug in the Macro King. And once it starts up, sometimes it takes a while on my Mac to actually work. Okay, so button 1 is for macOS, button 2 is for Windows, button 3 is for Chrome OS, button 4 is for Linux, and button 5 is for macro mode. So let's choose the macOS option. So let's hit button 1, which is copy. Now let's just paste it. Let's go. And there we go. So it's working, and we can let's quit Brave. Now let's lock the computer. So this thing is quite powerful, and it's just working like macro OS used to. There's also some new macros which I can't show you, but it's all going to be in the documentation. Now let's shift over to Windows. So let's just plug in. And there we go. Now let's choose Windows. Okay, so we've lost our recording, but if we hit the white button, it'll just lock the screen. And we can also go into settings. We can Control-Alt-Delete. I think, no, that's Task Manager. We can Control-Alt-Delete. And we can Control-Tab. So yeah, that's the demo. So macOS 2 is quite good. macOS 2 has the documentation of what buttons do what function and the design of the Macro King. macOS 2 is available today on GitHub at github.com/computercrunchnz/macroos. But what if you want a smaller, no soldering required, and a more portable Macro King? Here's our answer. Introducing the Macro King Tiny. There is no soldering required because you can buy it from Pimoroni. Is the Tiny 2040. Macro King Tiny can do small tasks with only one button, and it works with all operating systems without even having to change modes. Here's a demo. So let's just plug this in. And there we go. So let's just press play for this music. So this is the before music that we used for the tech wrap up. Now let's just stop it. Like that. And if we press and hold it, if we press and hold it, we can mute it and unmute it, and mute it and unmute it. If we press and hold again, we can increase the volume. And if we press and hold it again, we can decrease the volume. Now we can, and here we can increase the brightness, and decrease the brightness, and we can put caps lock on, and we can press a space bar. So that is Macro King Tiny. Macro King Tiny runs macOS 2 Tiny. macOS 2 Tiny will be available on the 1st of August at github.com/computercrunchnz/macOS-tiny. Now let's talk about something completely new. What if you wanted to use your Pico to make an old computer fully functional with a CLI? Well, here's the answer.
Don't need no warning. This feeling's right. Vibrations show through my bones. Sensations flow through your glow. So incredible, the way I feel with you, so phenomenal. And you always push me through, unforgettable. The way I feel with you, unbelievable. And you always push me through, electrified with you, electrified. Electrified with you.
Introducing Pico OS, a full-featured command line OS for the Raspberry Pi Pico or any other RP2040 boards. I will now show it to you. So let's just plug it in. And you'll see the light turns on. Now let's go into RShell, and then you go into REPL and Control D. As you can see, it says welcome to Pico OS 1, and it says currently under development because it is. So let's just run the about command. So it shows that it's Dev Build 11. This will be beta 1 by the time that PicoOS is in beta, which is today. So let's type in help. So here's all of the commands on PicoOS. So we've got about, update, calculator, writer, reader, settings, maths-quiz, word-scenario, random-sentence, temp, smartlight, clicker, market share, quiz, ls, del, temp-taker, setup, help, exit, and we've even got time. We've got a clock in there. For some reason, it's not even there. That's a bug that I've got to fix. Anyway, so let's start off with the calculator. So let's add gobbledygook. Oh, that's not going to work because there's letters in there. Boom. Now let's subtract. Let's subtract more gobbledygook by some more gobbledygook. Now let's multiply. Let's multiply more gobbledygook by more gobbledygook. There we go. And divide. Let's divide this gobbledygook by this gobbledygook. Yeah. And we can also do exponents. So let's do 5 to the power of 5 to the power of 2, which is 25. Now let's square root it. Let's square, what's this? Oh. What's the square root of 25? It's 5. So yeah, let's exit out of there. That is the calculator. So now if I do the ls command, we can see that there's multiple files. So there's main.py, name.txt, and setup.py. The other ones aren't meant to be there. So let's go into writer and call it hi.txt, and let's write something like hi.txt. Now, if we do the ls command, you can see that hi.txt is there. And then if we go into reader, hi.txt, and you can see hi.txt. So now let's do some of the games. So before we do that, I'll show you the time command. So that's what happens when you type in when you want the time. And for the temperature, it means it's 7 degrees in here, I think. Yeah, it's quite cold. And this place, this garage has no heating. Good for MacBooks with Intel processors though. So let's go into maths quiz. Maths quiz. I'm not American. So yeah, it just spits out a ton of maths questions. We can also go into war scenario. And apparently the UK is starting a nuclear war with India, which is not true. Disclaimer, this is just a joke. Let's also do random sentence. Random. Mac streaming live to moved. Yeah, really, really original. Bum fan Googling. See, it's just random. And we can also go into market share. And let's choose the sector as Pico. Boom, there we go. So I think that's pretty much all of the features of Pico OS that I need to show today. Yeah, so let's just exit out of there. Okay. Pico OS is able to work with Linux, macOS, and Windows computers. So let's plug it in here, and I will show you the screen. Okay, so now we are in Thonny, and as you can see, we can run the ls command, we can run the time command, and we can run the about command. So yeah, that's it working on Windows as well. People. Pico OS will help people get things done, even on old, slow computers, and only costs $7 for a Pico. You might sell pre-built Pico PCs, so keep an eye out for that. The first beta of Pico OS is being released today on GitHub at github.com/computercrunchnz/PicoOS. There are instructions on the README about how to get Pico OS running on your Pico or RP2040 board. We are aiming for a release in September or October, and the features are subject to change. Let's get on to SmartLight. SmartLight is a cheap and easy way to light things with your Pico. If I grab it. SmartLight is now going to be using Pico OS at its core. Time to do a demo. So let's do the same thing that we did with the Pico PC, except, okay, so now let's go into RShell, Ripple, Control D, and you can see that's Pico OS. But now let's type in SmartLight. If we go into help, it shows that there is a Pico OS, not a Pico OS, a SmartLight command. So let's type that in. Boom! So we can do scroll. We can make it scroll slow. We can make it scroll fast. Well, we first have to stop it. We can make it scroll fast. We can make it strobe. Like that. And we can make it be a traffic light. Boom, there we go. Smart Lights designed in Pico OS plus Smart Light will be available when Pico OS releases. So thanks for watching this first software thing that we've done. I hope you will enjoy Pico OS, Macro OS, whatever. We can't wait to see you using it. So get online, go to GitHub, and be our beta testers. So thanks for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. Remember to like, share this video with your friends, follow us on Twitch, subscribe to us here on YouTube, and yeah, bye.